Hey guys, so I just got out of seeing The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson, Jeffrey Wright, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, Zoe Kravitz, and a bunch of other amazing people. Bottom line, this cast is fantastic. This has been a film in the makings for a while. It was originally going to be a movie directed and starring Ben Affleck, and then obviously, we don't even get into the drama. That's not happening, and it probably will never happen. Hence why we're going to get the Flash movie to end his Batman career, basically. So, this is the time for Robert Pattinson, though. And here we are. They found their director, Matt Reeves. And I honestly already had high hopes for that because it's Matt Reeves, the director of Cloverfield, Let Me In, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes. This guy knows how to make quality cinema. So when I found that out, I knew this was going to be at least a good movie. And guys, let me tell you what, this movie is phenomenal. It is amazing. It is fantastic. It is quite possibly one of the best Batman films and best Batman depictions that we've seen to the live action to date. And when I say that, you know the video games, the Batman Arkham like trilogy games, and I guess the Arkham Origin games as well. Basically, there is this feel of darkness and detective work and just viciousness that you get from that version of Batman. And that's the version of Batman that I've always seen in the cartoons, the comics. This man that is so broken, that is so just bruising from the inside out, and you can clearly see that in Robert Pattinson's performance. And let me just start with that, the performances. Obviously, Robert Pattinson is a phenomenal actor, and if you just see him as Twilight Boy, get out of here. Watch his films, watch Good Time. Great movie, great performance. But Robert Pattinson really shows this version of Batman that I've always wanted to see. Like I said, with the video games, the comics, all that, where you see this man and just his eyes, you can just see everything that you need to know about this man and what he's dealing with day in and day out. His mask is Bruce Wayne. His true identity is Batman, and that encompasses everything about the Batman with this movie and the character itself. So I really believe that Matt Reeves knew how to portray this authentic version of Batman that we've never seen before. And next performances, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, quite possibly could be my favorite Catwoman, next to Michelle Pfeiffer, iconic. She has a very, very gripping, heart-wrenching, emotional story in this. And another phenomenal actor performance is Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. There was this really cool suave detective feel relationship between the Batman and him, and I really thought Jeffrey Wright brought this new take to the character, and I really loved it. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, he is so just okay, when I say hilarious, I don't mean like, it was unintentional. Like, he just knows how to play Oswald Cobblepot, and he has this also swagger in a weird way too. He just belongs in a Godfather-like film, and I really think Matt Reeves got that right, that Oswald is a gangster. He's a pimp. He's a guy who wants it for himself. He wants the money, he wants the fame, he wants the attention, but he's also insecure. And I really think he did a good job with that. Everybody else is great. Andy Serkis, I loved him. I wish there was a little bit more scenes with him and Bruce Wayne, Robert Pattinson, but he was great. Like, literally no one had a bad performance. So the next thing, the world, Gotham City, they really depict this in such a disgusting, visceral way. And I live in Washington State, and I've driven around Seattle. It low-key reminded me of that. So I can kind of connect to a city that's corrupt, that just has trash everywhere. There's homelessness all around. So I can kind of put myself into that world because I live like 10 miles away from that. So I thought Matt Reeves really got that down to the T. And I just got to give you praise for that, Matt. You really know the comics, and you really know how to depict a city that is rotten from the inside out. The next thing, cinematography, the lighting, everything. I believe it's Greg Fraser who also did Dune. Let's go, Greg Fraser. I hope I'm getting that name right. That's off memory. Amazing. Literally, my wife and I were talking about the lighting and how literally every shot, how they used the darkness, the shadows, was so immersive, so amazing. I loved it. It was fantastic. Other things that I loved, the score. Michael Giacchino. The score is so good. I never thought that, there's the Hans Zimmer score, and that's iconic. And there's the, what's his name? The guy who did the Tim Burton score, Danny Elfman. That's iconic as well. Well, yes, we have another iconic score. And no offense to the other Hans Zimmer score, the Batman v Superman one. I love that one as well. Didn't want to forget to mention that. But Michael Giacchino brings this darkness, but also hope in this Batman soundtrack, and especially in the theme song for the Batman. It just brought so many emotions out of me. And that's the other thing. This movie is actually surprisingly emotional in sequences I didn't think that were going to be emotional. But overall, guys, I'm probably going to forget about a bunch of things, but I'm going to be doing a spoiler review, hopefully, if I have the time, because there's a lot to unpack with this film. So, with that being said, The Batman is an amazing film, and I really think you should check it out if you love Robert Pattinson, if you love Colin Farrell, if you love Matt Reeves, if you love everything that I've talked about. And as you can clearly tell, I haven't said a negative thing about this movie. And for that, I'm going to give The Batman a 10 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my review. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, don't forget to be blessed.